all the things in English, and today I will see and say, I will make sure in next video I won't do this. Officer, I can't breathe. Please, officer, I can't breathe. I can't breathe, sir. Please. This was the phrase that was repeated by George Floyd for 16 times in last 7 minutes of his life in this planet, and his death is the trigger of why America is burning right now. So why it is happening? It because of one murder by 4 police officers.
Pure racism. And in this video, we are going to talk about what happened to George Floyd, 46-year-old black man from America who is also called as gentle giant. He is such a calming person and had a soothing person. So what happened to him? What did the Why did this 4 police officials kill this man? 4 uniformed police officers killed this man.
So that's what we are going to discuss in today's video. Guys, welcome to my channel Somadev, and I Somadev, and we are going to start discussing about what is happening in US. So first, what you have to understand is all started on May 25th, 2020, almost 3 weeks ago. George Floyd, who was working in another city in US as a bouncer in a particular pub, he has lost his job because of coronavirus pandemic that whole globe is facing. So he moves to Houston. So in this particular place, he along with his friends, he has had a phone conversations with his friends, and he wants to start a new life, and he wants to figure out a way to make money. So George Floyd is very tall man. He is very muscular, but he is very gentle with people. He is a kid at heart, and that's how his friends describe him. So he, along with his friends, on 25th May 2020 evening 8 p.m. goes to a particular shop, gives $20 and gets a pair of cigarettes, and moves to a truck that he has actually used to come to the particular shop. So he has a part his truck, he goes back to his truck, and he starts smoking. So there are 2 teenagers were working in the shop, so they kind of thought, or they have doubts, that this particular $20 that George Floyd has given them might be a counterfeit note, means it could be a fake currency. So what they do is they go to the truck where George Floyd and his friends are sitting. So they confront them and ask for the cigarettes to be returned back, because they think that note is fake note. But George Floyd and his friend says they cannot actually return the cigarettes, and these teenagers, 2 kids, they return to the shop and they backed a call 911, or a call to the police. But this is happening when a police complaint is being locked. George Floyd is not aware of this. He is with his friend sitting in a truck, just smoking and chilling there. After a few minutes, 4 police officers arrived at the scene of crime. So all these 4 people to come there, and after this, all we can see is whatever is being captured by the CCTV cameras and the passerby video cameras, like the phone cameras. All these 4 police officers confront this particular truck where George Floyd is sitting, and as George Floyd to get out of the car. So after a few minutes, you can see a police officer pulling George Floyd out of the car and handcuffing him. And after this, George Floyd is, you can see both of them are having argument. After then, that George Floyd is taken to the opposite side where the shop is, and there is another truck there where they are trying to push. George Floyd into the particular truck and arrest him and take him to the police station. At this moment, George Floyd falls to the floor and he starts saying that he is a glastro claustrophobic, which means he is afraid of closed and confined places, and that's why he can't get inside the particular truck. But at this particular moment, these police officers force George Floyd into this truck, but he is not able to get in. His afraid, so he is a huge man. He is very tall and these police officers are not able to control him, so he falls to the ground and he is handcuffed behind. So he is not even using his hands, he is handcuffed behind. So all these full police officers, you know what they do, they take him to the other side of that truck. They pull him and they actually him to the ground with his face downwards, and one particular officer puts his knee on George Floyd's neck and starts to press it. Sir, he addresses them, the man who is putting his leg on his neck. He is addressing that particular police officer as sir, please take your legs off, and I'm not able to breathe. So this is the context that he is saying, and he keeps repeating it. I'm not able to breathe, please, I'm not able to breathe, please. And the police officer is saying, okay, then get up and get inside the truck. And George Floyd saying, I will, please take your legs off, I am not able to breathe. He repeats this 16 times in last 7 minutes. But you know what, all this four policemen force George Floyd to the ground. They press his chest and they press his body, and this one particular police officer continues to press his neck until he lays there motionless. Even at one particular point, George Floyd is calling out for his mom. You know, when a grown man is saying mom, that that person is being brutalized. So obviously this is because he is black. That's the underlying contact that since a black person is that he should obviously used to confront note. This is the prejudice that is against the black man, and just because he is black, no one is going to stand for him. This though is among all these white officers who actually killed. I'm not going to say even use or hold or overpowered George Floyd. I am going to say they killed George Floyd. So this creates that one particular trigger point. The American population has withstood racism for so long. Even after black men become the president of America, the most developed country in the world is still facing racism, and that's the reality. So as the video is spreading across the internet, people across the world and especially in America start realizing the reality about racism in their country. It's like, and already that is a coronavirus pandemic spreading. Everyone is inside the home, everyone is already depressed, and the business are not doing great. And among all these problems, this particular video of a black man being overpowered by the white officers just because he's black creates that one particular spark that ignites the fire that has actually been fueled by years of racism. Every black man in America were men of color in US, and a man of color in US have faced this particular racism from so many white people, and that finally has this movement has triggered an eruption of protests. So because of this, you see the 75 cities and more, as now when I'm making this video, in US are being burned by the peoples of the country. It's because it's like a moment of truth for them. It's like this is the trigger point that people are actually going out in streets, and people who are getting out on the streets are not just people of color. It's people even of white are getting out there. It's just humanity out there. People are showing their protest against what has just happened, and this has been going on far very long time. If George Floyd was not he was not captured by the phone cameras, if he was not captured by the CCTV cameras, the video would have never surfaced, and George Floyd would have become like the thousands of other black men who have been killed just because of he is black. They are black in past. This has creates a huge uproar in America country, and that protest along as far one being equality, treat humans as humans. Black lives matter. People of color are as equal as people are white. Not just US, India has our own problems. So caste, let it be caste, let it be a race, let it be creed, let it be whatever it is. It is stop dividing people based on all these things that we no control over. Stop starting accepting people as they are, and stop spreading hatred. This is the one goal of US protesters right now. And while all this is going on, we have Donald Trump as the president who says when the looting starts, the shooting starts. When we have a president who loves violence so much, it's going to be really tough to calm down the protesters. Let's see what's going to happen. But the one thing that I want you from this video is stop discriminating, stop having prejudice about someone because of their color or caste or greed. Humans are all equal. If you don't really understand all humans are humans are equal, we are not qualified to be at all humans. So thank you for watching my video. Sorry, this video I couldn't learn, so I was reading, but the script was made by B, and next video will be better than this. Thank you for watching my video.